Hi there, everyone, and welcome to the Scott Show. This is the show in which we recap Monday Night Raw. We do it every night, every Monday night after Monday Night Raw. And can I say, folks, it was definitely an interesting Monday Night Raw. I was surprised that they put on last, but there were a few reasons for it, and I thought it was interesting. So it did start out with The Miz heading to the ring with Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, talking with their guest Roman Reigns. Reigns came out and said, hey, I did all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. I respect John Cena now. After what happened last night, where he didn't respect John Cena, and all the times before, and said movie star, and then, of course, Cena leaves, and he respects him, whatever. I frankly don't care too much for what they're doing with Roman Reigns. It's whatever. So they did make a match with Jason Jordan and Matt Hardy against Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. That match ended with Jordan and Hardy winning the match. I don't really know where they're going with this, if they're going with a Jordan rematch or what they're doing. I really don't care to see it too much. So kind of figure out where you're going with the Hardys and Jason Jordan. You got The Miz and Reigns coming up later. So Elias comes out, sings his song, and, it was what it was. And then Apollo Crews comes out, and they do another match again. That match ends with, of course, Elias winning the match. Again, folks, not anything to scream home to mom about. Finn Balor comes out, says that, he wanted to thank Bray Wyatt for challenging him, blah, blah, blah. But he did talk about Goldust. So there you go. In one of the probably best parts of the night, Kurt Hawkins comes out and says, I got a 118-match losing streak. I want it to end tonight. Bring me an opponent. And then Braun Strowman comes out, and Kurt Hawkins runs like a little scared. Whatever. And so Strowman books it at him, like runs really hard towards him. And, the guy's not only a big, strong dude, he's a fast runner. He did not make it back to the ring, though, as Hawkins went through the big light board. The crowd popped for that. Braun came back out, said, hey, I want some competition. And here comes Dean Ambrose. Now, two guys who fought last night in a hell of a match. Both matches, and they're going to be fighting tonight. So, they put on a decent match. But for that decent match, it just happened that Braun Strowman won, and they gave him a big push still. So there you go. Kurt Angle said, watch out for the Miztourage in the match with Roman Reigns. And then Enzo Amore comes out and says, Angle, I want my championship celebration. And he gets it, and annoys Kurt in the process, like a lot. Alexa Bliss is ready to walk down, and she talks to Mickie James. And Mickie James says, you didn't beat me, you might have beat everybody else, you didn't beat me, 6-time women's champion. And then Alexa makes fun of her rage and says, hey, you're an old lady. And then Mickie kicks her and knocks her down. So, I think they're going to go with Mickie and Alexa for a little while, maybe until the next pay-per-view. But who are they going to give, who are they going to feed Asuka to? Or who are they going to, give Asuka to as her first meal on Raw? Probably going to be Emma. That would be my guess. So, for tables, ladders, and chairs, you're going to see Mickie and Bliss, and then Emma and Asuka. That would be my guess, but we'll just see how that goes. Alright, so Sheamus faced off against Seth Rollins. Now, before this, and I skipped it, but I'm sorry, Rollins said that he wants to fight Braun Strowman next week, and we'll see where that goes. I'm interested. I want to know how they're going to do that. It'll be fun anyway. Whatever works. So Rollins and Sheamus fight. They have a great match. Seth Rollins ends up winning that match. So he won the match. I mean, he beat Sheamus. I hope that feud ends sometimes in the near future. They did give an exclusive look at the John Cena Roman Reigns match from No Mercy. Not anything I was really super excited to see, as I really don't care for either one of them. Now, Finn Balor was backstage, and he said, he said hi to Goldust, and talked about him a little bit, and said, you didn't need to defend me, I'm not a victim, all this other stuff. And then Goldust snapped and attacked Finn, beat him up, and that set up a match for later. So, there you go. Roman Reigns and The Miz. Interesting match, except The Miz lost. The Miz lost, and he lost clean. And here's your Intercontinental Champion, who's losing a clean. I mean, yeah, it's to Roman Reigns, and this is the guy that everybody likes. Even, in the front office, and they think that he's money. But you had your Intercontinental Champion lose on Raw. And it was very, very sad and depressing, actually. So, folks, I really wish they would have done better with this. And then they got his heat back as, he beat him up. And, folks, he beat him with a chair, and, Axel and Dallas helped out. And then they mocked the Shield. They did the fist bump. That's a little telling of what's going to happen next. Let's see what happens next week after Rollins is done with his match with Braun Strowman. Then they had a match with Goldust and Finn Balor. I told you how that ended up earlier. Interesting match, but Finn Balor ends up winning the match. And then you get some fireflies and hearing the kids sing, "You got the whole world in your hands." And Goldust is gone. Balor just stands in the middle of the ring, looks around, and the creepy song keeps on rocking. So there you go. And the last match of the night was Emma and Nia Jax against Bayley and Sasha Banks. And getting her name wrong, to me, is not that big of a deal when she's not that big of a deal on Raw. She ended up losing last night at No Mercy, and she took the defeat. So I thought that you were going to see a turn here, but they're probably going to heat that up for later and have Sasha and Bayley at WrestleMania. That's what I would do, but you got to figure out what to do with these other women. Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss would be a great match, but we saw that last week. So you're kind of giving up your high intensity matches there, but we'll see what goes on. Sasha and Bayley end up winning the match. Bayley to belly onto Emma. So Bayley wins one after losing last night at the pay-per-view, and that's just how it goes. We go to the last part of the evening, the Enzo Amore championship celebration. Now, folks, he won this match last night against Neville, and it was the second to last match of the night. Reason it was is because that's always your bathroom match, or it's your women's match, and now it's your cruiserweight match here at the No Mercy pay-per-view. But he gets the main event time on Raw, and of course he brings it up to everybody and says, "Hey, you guys have never even seen this time on Raw. This is the main event time. Look at what it is." And I think a lot of people were, I think they're going to try to rejuvenate the 205 Live guys a little bit. And I think that was a great way to do it, actually. I think Enzo Amore as the bad guy for the division, just piss everybody off. I think it's actually kind of genius. He did come out and say that Kurt Angle was not to have... he did get a thing from Kurt saying, you're not going to... if anybody touches me, they can't ever have the title again. And that was interesting. And Neville came out and got called a whole bunch of names and ended up hitting him So we're going to see what happens with Neville, since he can't get the title back until Enzo loses it. I think that they're going to have some sort of plan there. I really want to see what they do with that. So tomorrow night's 205 Live. I'm probably still not going to watch it. If I do, I'll watch the final part. He did take that no contact clause and shove it down his mouth, which got some cheers in the crowd, and it was an interesting finale part, only because it was Enzo Amore, and it was just different. So I kind of like different. So it ended with Neville giving Enzo the red arrow. Enzo, he can take a beating. Let me tell you, that guy's quite good at taking bumps and taking the beating in the ring. So we'll see what happens tomorrow at 205 Live. I will be back here with the SmackDown recap. Also, we'll have a whole bunch of other podcasts, including the Scott Show Wake Up Call first thing in the morning. Check us out. We got some awesome stuff going on, and we will talk about it all tomorrow on the Scott Show Wake Up Call. And just keep checking us out, folks. We are on YouTube at tinyurl.com/102550. That is the big host for a lot of our shows. We are also on Speaker.com, and that's /The Scott Show, and that's where we have all of our podcasts. So keep checking us out, folks, and we'll keep making these awesome podcasts for you. We'll keep rocking it. You guys have a really great night, and we will see you real soon. Oh, and by the way, I just want to thank MK2 for the music, so we're going to go out again with Cold Killer. Here you go.